Hey, Greens. Hey, y'all. Welcome. I am under the weather. I think I'm coming down with something. I've been feeling it these last couple of days. I've been feeling it coming on, and I don't get sick. But for some reason, it's coming on to your girl. So I took something tonight um, to help with the symptoms of everything, the whole. So I'm gonna see how I feel tomorrow. If I don't feel really good, any better, I'm gonna go on in because it's just getting worse. It wasn't that bad, but now it's just worse. It's getting worse. But welcome, everybody. Let me see. How do I want to start? I'm gonna give everybody a little time to come on in. Hope everybody had a great and productive day. Shout out to everybody. Um, hey Delray. Hey hun. Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody had a great day. So just excuse me. Oh no, watch for breathing difficulties. Yeah. Um, it's like everything. My throat, mouth, everything up here. It's the headaches. It's just, you know, I never really was big on allergies. I never really had allergies. But recently they this that's what I thought it was gonna be, like a little runny nose, change of weather. But it's like so worse. It's like getting worse. So I don't think this just no allergies. So like I said, if I don't feel better by tomorrow or work on it, yeah, I'm going in and make sure I don't have nothing that I'm supposed to have. Hey MC, baby. And I don't like to take medicine. These last couple of days, I've been just toughing it out. But when I got off work today, I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to take some because you start getting irritable with all the symptoms coming out every which way, and then no energy. It's just, Then when things start hurting, I know something wrong. But yeah, and I know my kids' allergies messing up a little bit, so I just knew it was allergies. But mine is, I feel like it's getting worse. But if it gets too much, yeah, I'm going in. And I wear my mask and everything. I don't play about that. The kids wear their masks. Hey, Jules from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, you can see it. I see it too. I'm fighting it though. I got this. I ain't gonna let nothing take me down. Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Okay, so let's get on into it. Okay. Tonight I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna play two videos, 10-minute clips. Thank you, Delray. 10-minute clips of Trezell West and Candus and Don. And if y'all see any similarities, comment what you see. Okay? And I'm going to let y'all know if I see any similarities because there's plenty. And also, there was a subscriber that asked me to go to J for Justice channel. She was live earlier today. So I jotted down a couple of things that she was talking about when it referred to Candus Bly. Hey, Raven, baby. When it refers to Candus Bly and her older two kids that she had with a man named Andrew. And she was giving a lot of that information and talking about it. And it was very deep. It makes you ask questions, but it also makes you have a better understanding of who these people really are. Okay. And what we're dealing with in a nutshell. So we're gonna talk about that after we compare these two, and let me know if y'all see any similarities. I know when I first saw Candus and Don, it was like looking at Trezell and Jacquelyn. It really was. So let me share my screen. Should I play it where y'all can really see it, or yeah? Thank you, Kim, baby. For those that do not know, this is the adoptive parents of Classic and Sincere. Okay. Let's turn my volume down so I'll be able to see the chat. These are the adoptive parents of Classic and Sincere. Okay. And this is their interview they did when their boys end up missing. So I'm about to play it for those that do not know. And y'all let me know if y'all see any similarities just while listening to this. Let me know if you see anything that reminds you of Candus and Don. I would like for you guys to look at the body language, look at their facial expressions. I know they have on masks, but you can still observe their eyes and listen to the things they say and how the kids just vanish, basically. Okay. No problem, Kim, baby. Thank you. That's what I'm here for.
For all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless. And seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot. So, tell us what happened tonight.
Oh, okay.
From our yard.
It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up the back.
Did y'all observe that pause he gave? Did y'all observe that pause that Trezell gave before he was getting ready to narrate this story? I'm just gonna point that out real quick. I observed a pause. He had to get himself together to get ready to narrate what he's about to tell us about Classic and Sincere. He has to get himself together, get his story together, take a deep breath. Here we go. He had to get it together. Hey, misunderstood, baby. He has such a defensive stance. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
That gate, I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. Keep them close. They was playing with chalk. Came in the house, I saw them there. One house, came back out. I didn't see him there. I immediately.
Does that stand out any to y'all? Let me know what he just stated on how he went inside. He was throwing wood. He went inside. Before he went inside, he saw them there. Okay. He went inside. He came back outside. He didn't see them there. Yes, Jules, just gone. Just gone. Uh and that reminds me of Candus, of how she stated that Summer was just gone. I took her to the house, told the boys to watch her, left out, went right back in 2 to 5 minutes, and she was just gone. Yeah, in a matter of seconds. Right, he came out and they were gone. Like it doesn't make sense. The things they're saying doesn't make sense. Kids don't vanish like that. I mean, you had them in the back too. So that makes me question, which is how long was you in the house? You made it seem like you just went right in. If you wanted to believe that story, you had to have been in the house longer than I went inside. And what he say was, why did he go inside? Let me hear what he said again. My medicine might be kicking in.
Did you see boys? She said, no, they should be outside playing the chalk. I said, well, I didn't see them, so I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that hadn't panned out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold. I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going. So I called the cops. The cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there, and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night.
Let me point out something else. He said he wanted to search. I talked about this months ago, and some of y'all probably was, here, but not everybody. But he lied. He states that him and Jacquelyn wanted to search, but the police told them not to. The sheriff came out and said to the public he never told them they could not search. So I'll just let y'all know that he lied about that as well.
But we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching. And we appreciate it. And nobody ever could tell, we could never talk to anybody. And that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
Really want to thank you guys.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call, let somebody know.
Call the cops. Call California's city police department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you've seen anything. Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious, okay? They are going to be here in this area. And I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if they make sure. That's it. Because I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
That sounded kind of familiar to me because I recall Don wanting to go talk to the neighbors. So you got Trezell right here. He want to go to people's houses. Yeah, he want to go to people's houses, just like Don wanted to do when the police got there at his house. He wanted to go outside. He wanted to search his truck. His car. He didn't say which one. And he wanted to go talk to the neighbors, see what they saw. So I just observed that Trezell, he wanted to go knock on these neighbors' doors, which he could have when he was doing that only one turn, acting like he was searching for those babies. He could have before the police got there.
I was just going to say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys. I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. Um, for you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved, we just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
That's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find our babies. That's it. And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us, and they became our children. We named them, and they are our children, and so we want them back. So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody, but they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense as part of the investigation. So that's pretty much it.
You guys, you talked to police all last.
Yes.
What did you guys locally gave them your
Everything.
technology,
Yes,
the car?
yes.
Did they get a? How did they get a search warrant? Did you
I
guys?
I don't see why they got one, but they got one. We
Yeah,
would
they
have let them
didn't
take
need one,
anything.
but
We would have let them take everything. We let them come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
What did they take?
Just tech, and that's it. Like our phones.
From the house yesterday.
Oh well, I guess should I answer that? Or?
Answer it to us, yes.
Okay, so
And the police took more than just their tech. They took bags of stuff out the house as well. They didn't just take tech. Thank you, Greens, baby. Yes, Sherry, you observing the way Trezell holding his hands? Yes, a very defensive posture. Very. They seem quite skittish now. Yes, they do. And another thing I want to point out real quick before I push play. You observe that Jacquelyn is following his lead, and majority of this interview, she kind of tilts her head down. Okay, and that's something when we get to Don and Candus, you'll observe too.
into the okay, I guess I don't even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously felt like we needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. Just to stay put. They have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in there.
He had sitting down. We would ask him to go help. They had to sit
Said
down.
nope.
He said, "No, we got the best out there.
So
We
it's
need you
not.
guys here to clear up the
I don't want you guys
questions."
thinking we
don't.
didn't try. We actually
We
looked
tried.
before we called
We looked,
police.
yes.
Also, Jacquelyn said we looked before we called the police. Jacquelyn never brought her behind out that house. Okay, we never saw because we did see camera footage. Okay, Jacquelyn never came outside to look for those babies. And Trezell only bit the block one time. I think he made one. I can't remember if it was a left or right, but he only made one turn and came right back. Okay, so that's something I'm trying to fill y'all in for those that really don't remember. Yeah, so those are a couple of lies. Jacquelyn did not come out that house and search at all. Trezell, he really wasn't searching. He stood by a tree after he got in the car and made one turn and turned around and came right back. Okay, he turned around and came right back. So they really did not search for Classic and Sincere. So that's just a lie that they told that I want to put out. Welcome. Thank you, Sherry. Welcome to the Prince and Princess of Crime. Y'all excuse my voice. I'm a little under the weather.
And I just imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And we're, yeah.
And just so we are able to present the information correctly. At what time did you guys notice your kids went missing? And at what time were they reported missing to the police?
It's about, I believe, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said, 5-ish. That's about it. That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
After we searched
Yeah.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No, it was within minutes of us getting finished with our search. It was within minutes.
What do you guys want people at home to understand about this situation? For them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure like everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them uh, or anything, please call the police department.
Would you like to provide pictures, or do you have any?
They, I have older pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
A lot of people are speaking of this as after the math, past tense. I want to talk about the case of present tense. What kind of boys are these? Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each
They're
other.
kids.
They're kids.
Y'all don't forget his famous word, rambunctious. That was one of his infamous words that he used to describe his beautiful boys. Don't forget that. That's exactly how they describe their boys to the world.
Of course, they would love to go out, but we would. So during the pandemic, we weren't trying to go, you know, out here, and so we stayed inside. Yes,
Yes.
we did. We searched before we called the cops. That's what we
Yeah.
saying. They came missing right before it got dark. And then I searched our property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?" And that's the way I was gonna come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops.
He act like he searched his whole neighborhood. When he turned on one street, it turned right around. He did his search within a matter of minutes. It's on video. So he didn't search this neighborhood like he's telling these people that's standing out here with these reporters. Just a bold-faced lying. Okay? Bold-faced lying. Welcome everyone into the chat. Again, a parent without pictures. Exactly. Yes, a lot of similarities. Would y'all like me to it's just 10 minutes. Y'all want me to restart it for the people that just coming in so y'all can catch what we pointed out? Right, nobody would. It's like plotting saying they're out of control. Exactly.
Because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take two people to go in the house and leave two kids out there by themselves? There should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching the child, not two parents going in the house and leaving two little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
No, they were in the backyard. And the back gate was open.
Out the backyard?
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood from this lot here.
Been unresponsible and left the gate open, left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right. Uh, Sorry, you guys were talking about your voice for your, I understand. For a mother's intuition, I know you were saying, and we'll get your names after this, but you were saying how you feel like they're in this area. Uh, do you feel the same way? And what is the intuition? What is the sense you get? What do you think happened to your boys? Do you think someone took them? Do you think they're lost? Do you think
Yeah,
maybe?
definitely. I definitely know they're not walking around. They're not that kind. They do not just roam around. These patches. They definitely, I think definitely would have been picked up or something.
That was my assumption.
Have they ever taken off? Have they
Nope.
before?
No,
Nope.
They've never taken off.
no.
Get new Dixie Ultra disposable cutting boards to help prevent the spread of germs and bacteria.
Hey, Bruce.
The Calming Corrector. Hydrates, calms, and soothes. Phytocorrective Gel by SkinCeuticals.
We just want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We felt so helpless, and seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
I'm gonna play this one more time, and then I'm gonna move on to Don and Candus.
Okay.
From our yard.
It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I open up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that they got our youngest two go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. Keep them close. They was playing with chalk. And I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them there. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, "Did you see the boys?" She said, "No, they should be outside playing with chalk." I said, "Well, I didn't see them." So I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that hadn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold. I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going. So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there, and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night, but we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching, and we appreciate it. And nobody ever could never talk to anybody, and that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
We really want to thank you guys.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call. Let somebody know.
Call the cops. Call California's city police department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you see anything. Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious. Okay, they are going to be here in this area, and I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if they make sure.
Once again, just pointing out real quick, because I didn't pause, but in the beginning, you'll observe that Trezell had to take a deep breath before he got started because he's getting ready to tell us and narrate this story about Classic and Sincere becoming a missing. He has to take a deep breath and Just make sure y'all are observing his body language and just take notes so y'all can see what you observe with Candace and Don. Right. And then they never really give us how long Trezell went in the house. He's making it seem like it was really quick. So we don't really know how long he went in the house. And he's probably can't tell us because this is a made up story. This is most likely not what happened. Yes, his voice quivers. Similarities being demeanor, claim the child was abducted, controls the narrative, dogs. Yes.
That's it. Because I don't. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say, this is the first time we're hearing you guys. I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. Um, for you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved, we just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
That's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find our babies. That's it. And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that.
All he wants to do, all they want to do is find their babies. It's been 8 months. We haven't heard nothing from Trezell or Jacquelyn, and we have not got no recent pics. But here we go. Trezell and Jacquelyn, all they want is to find their babies. But we have not seen or heard from them. They have not spoken out again. And this was done 8 months ago. December 23rd, 2020.
I am completely sorry because we were entrusted with our children. And they came to us, and they became our children. We named them. And they are our children. And so we want them back. So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody, but they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense as part of the investigation. So that's pretty much it.
Have you guys talked to police all after?
Yes.
What did you guys willfully gave them your
Everything.
technology,
Yes.
the car?
Yes.
Did they get it? How did they get a search warrant? Did you
I
guys?
I don't see
idea.
why they got one, but they got one. We
Yeah,
would
they
have let them
didn't
take
need one,
anything.
but
We would have let them take everything. We let them come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
What did they take?
Just tech. And that's it. Like our phones.
From the house yesterday.
Oh, well, I guess, should I answer that?
Answer it does, yeah.
Okay. So, into the, okay, I guess, I don't even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously felt like we needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. Just to stay put, they have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in there.
He had sitting down. We would ask him to go help. They had to sit
Said
down.
nope.
He said, no, we got the best out there.
So
We
it's
need you
not.
guys here in case we have more
I don't want you guys
questions.
thinking we
don't.
didn't try. We actually
We
looked
tried.
before we called
We looked,
police.
yes.
And I imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And we're, yeah.
And just so we are able to present the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
It's about, I believe, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said. 5-ish. That's about it. That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
After we searched
Yeah.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No, it was within minutes of us getting finished with our search. It was within minutes.
What do you guys want people at home to understand about this situation? For them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure like everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them uh, or anything, please call the police department.
Would you be willing to provide pictures, or do you have any?
They, I have older pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
A lot of people are speaking of this as after the math past tense. I want to talk about the case of present tense. What kind of boys are these?
Jacquelyn said she got older pictures in her phone, but they took them. We all know about photos being backed up, okay? Photos are backed up to your email, okay? Unless you do not have it on. But even after they allegedly got their phones back, we still haven't gotten no recent pics of Classic and Sincere. But somebody asked, how long? I think the last time the mother seen them was around Christmas in 2018. It was 2 years before they went missing because the bio mom had visits with the kids, and then they stopped the visits, and they wouldn't allow her or her mother to bring gifts to the kids for Christmas, and they stopped that.
Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each
They're
other.
kids.
They're kids. Of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we weren't trying to go, you know, out here, and so we stayed inside.
Yes.
Yes, we did. We searched before we called the cops. That's what we were saying.
What time did they come up?
They came missing right before it got dark. And then we call. I searched that property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?" And that's the way I was gonna come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take two people to go in the house and leave two kids out here by themselves? It should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching the child, not two parents going in the house and leaving two little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
No, they were in the backyard, and the back gate was open.
Out the backyard.
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood
So
from
you
this
guys
lock here.
been unresponsible and left the gate open. Left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right. Sorry. You guys were talking about your boys or I understand. For a mother's intuition, I know you were saying, and we'll get your names after this, but you were saying how you feel like they're in this area. Do you feel the same way? And what is the intuition? What is the sense you get? What do you think happened to your boys? Do you think someone took them? Do you think they're lost? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely know they're not walking around. They're not that kind. They do not just roam around. These patches. They definitely, I think, definitely would have been picked up or something.
That was my assumption.
Have they ever taken off?
They're making assumptions that they're not roaming around, that someone picked them up or something. Does that sound familiar? They're not roaming around. We're assuming that someone picked them up or something. So basically, you want us to believe that they were kidnapped?
No,
Now we're moving on to Candus and Don. Oh yeah, it would.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by
I just pushed play and she just said the similar statement that the West just said. I, she didn't just walk off the property. They just know. They just know these kids was kidnapped. Where are these children at? We want these kids brought home.
her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer, I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Just go to the FBI, the police, and clear it up. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of elusive.
Let me pause right here for a second. So, Candace says she doesn't go on walks and runs or anything of that nature because she's scared of bears and coyotes and everything of that nature. But don't forget the 911 dispatch said that Candace went for a run. So, by what she said, you would assume when she left the premises, she most likely possibly left in a vehicle. Okay? If we're going by Candace not wanting to walk near those woods or anything due to the animals.
It's really strange that I've never seen this truck and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. And if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen. She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head
She tried
in
to
the
shave her head
back and make
herself.
it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head to so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother.
Do y'all observe the lack of emotion in both interviews? The lack of emotion. It's not that they're dying and so sad and hurt and want their kids back. You don't really see them desperately begging, please bring my children home. Please bring my baby back. You just see a lack of emotion in both of these interviews. Hey, John.
Father at this point. Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through their, I forget the word.
Investigation.
They have to do one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and everything else, and I feel for them. But,
Okay, let me point this out. Let me clear my voice real quick. I'm sorry. Now, right here, Don expresses that he's so concerned about the people that's searching for his daughter. Okay? So he expresses concern, like he feels bad for them. And then you also hear Trezell and Jacquelyn talking about to the people searching, they're the best out there. They said they're the best out there. So you hear them really talking like they're concerned, about these people that are searching for them, like they have some type of concern or care for law enforcement or the people out there searching.
I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing,
y'all caught that? Y'all remember Trezell saying that he wanted to go to everybody's house? He wants to knock on doors. He wanted to knock on doors. Don want to go to people's house too. Don wants to go to people's house too. And he wants to knock on doors and get answers. They want to do law enforcement work. They want to do law enforcement work.
Get a search warrant or something, but
Thank
there's
you,
just
Lauren,
no way you can search every single
for the
house,
super chat.
In eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way. Just
Yes, they do shift gears. Yes, they go from one subject to the next repeatedly.
That's doing that, out of love, trying to get information and trying to get her found. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts.
That means a lot.
And we thank everybody who's trying so hard and praying so hard. And she's an awesome young lady, and we just want her back. But, there's always going to be haters, and it's always going to be that way in this world. And we just want to focus on the good friends and Christian people that are trying to help us and praying for us and praying for Summer. And we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. And that's the kind of people we try to relate with and socialize with. So we don't know anything about, no red truck, or we hardly know many of our neighbors. Because we just try to be around good people. And we do have good people in this area. We found out since this has all happened. We got some real good neighbors and good folks everywhere. But
the most important thing is to bring Summer home safe.
Yeah, I heard Don say, we just want our daughter back. Who sounds so... You would be just... We want our daughter back. He shows no enthusiasm. Like, no... Nothing. Where is it? You supposed to be pleading to the people that took your child and make them feel what you're feeling. You want them to feel and think good thoughts of your child. Okay, so they won't harm your child. So they'll feel bad and drop your child off somewhere. Yes, no urgency, no, nothing. They're just so relaxed. This is a relaxed interview. They just relaxed. And I don't know if they're on anything. I believe so. I believe they did have drugs in their system.
I'm sorry that you feel this way about us, but we love our children with everything we have. We've never went without, thanks to Summer's daddy and my husband. He's always provided for us and has worked as much as he could and can and still is. And I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but that's my baby, and nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around, ever.
She loves to dance. She would always want me. She says, "Daddy, hold my hand so I can twirl," and she would just like to twirl and twirl and twirl until my arm got tired, you know. I put out there that one of Summer's favorite songs was Godzilla, and they say, and they're jumping all over me about past tense was, well, I'm sorry about that. It's just.
She also liked the song by New Breed. It was called House, My House. She sung that a lot of times when I play it on the TV. She loved to dance.
She liked to think of herself as a princess, and and all that, like all young girls do. And,
she loved Frozen. She loved to be that Elsa, and
I think she really loved to be in church because she felt a lot of love there. And I think you can't explain what that love is, but you feel it and you know it, when you're young. And she felt that there, and she loved everybody in that church, or she loves everybody in that church. I should rephrase that because they'll tear that apart as past tense, and I apologize again for that. I hope she gets to come home, and I hope she gets to be with our church family again.
Her best friend in that church was Robin. She loved her to death.
Yeah, she looked up to women that were.
She come to that church, she went looking for Robin. That was her favorite person.
Any woman that was professional, that
was pretty, beautiful.
She looked up to those kind of women. She, they were the word I'm looking for. I can't think of it, but she looked up to them. She'd give them a run for their money every day. She'd give them a run for their money, and there was times, we'd be, that our boys like, don't do this, don't do that. And next thing you know, a stick would come up and just whop them, and be like, Summer, don't do that.
Summer was the boss of the family. She
typical girl.
When they get out of line, she'd put them in line.
She'd do her best.
She loved to play in the mud.
They speak of her like she is never coming back, and yeah, that's how they speak of her. And this was June 29th.
In the water and swing on her swing and enjoy dirt.
When I run the lawnmower around, she would run behind me. When the boys run their bikes around, she, as fast as that little bike could go, she would be behind them running and keeping up with them, no problem.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Thank you for saying that. This sounds like a eulogy that they playing at this baby funeral, and we ain't even retrieved the baby yet. That's exactly what this sound like. This sound like they are just reading off a script for a funeral for Summer. Thank you. That's exactly what it sounds like.
And she could pull herself up on that swing, her full body weight with her two hands, and she can do that. None of the other boys can do that, but she can.
Was she in school yet?
No, she's going this year.
This was supposed to be her first year.
She's been. We did all the what?
I took care of everything.
Yeah.
I had her already taken all of her shots, and registered in the school for ready for this year.
I just never expected for anyone to get hold of my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands, and I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything to have her back. If there's any way you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow. I don't know how you might do that. I mean, you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go, and where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her, and you know, and us, and her brothers. And she's such a loving, good spirit. Please, please don't hurt her. Please let her come home. That she's my biggest fear is, her being
Yes,
tormented
John.
or locked in a dungeon or basement or something, because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her, unfortunately, her.
He's concerned about her being locked in a dungeon or in a basement somewhere. And she loves to be outside.
Downfall, 'cause a lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be like, "Where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone?
And that's her downfall.
Go get Summer now." And that's happened over and over again. And we'd come out and she would always
Okay, let me pause right there.
We was all.
He said that would happen over and over again, which is why that goes to me believing Summer was basically, she fended for herself a lot of the time. She was neglected. I mean, there's no other way to put it. This baby was neglected. She was always pretty much on her own by herself. Her brothers would leave her outside. And like he said, this happened many times. She just be on her own doing her own thing. And I don't know what the parents are doing. I guess their own thing too. Then they would realize Summer's not in here. Why y'all leave Summer? Go get Summer. Okay. So, it kind of makes you wonder, is this what happened possibly? She got hurt. You said, her being outside was a downfall. So that just, a little possibility I'm just going to throw out there. Her being outside playing possibly was her downfall.
Always coming up. She had to be outside. She was an outdoor person. And
she loved to be outside.
And I'm so afraid that she's locked away. She's such a loving heart and everything. And I'm afraid that she won't be able to, blocked away where she can't be outside or play with a puppy or anything, love nature, and that's my greatest fear, that she's not able to do any of these things anymore, or that she could possibly, I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus.
We know when she went missing. She went missing June 15th. Yeah, we know that. They did this on June 29th. It took Candus, a couple of weeks to come out. Don been out. So, yeah, we aware of that. We questioned why Mama Candus went out talking. And she finally made her way to the camera. That's true, Kim. Yep. Y'all own it.
Focus on the positive, because it's so easy to get, lost in that negativity and stuff, and it's just not worth it. So I'm just.
Okay, you live here. I mean, Okay. So what are you saying? Because you live there, what? I'm just asking. Are you saying you are in I mean, so what are you saying? Oh, okay. I was just checking out. I didn't know what you was referring to. If you was, trying to say how it is. But yeah, I'm in Tennessee too.
I appreciate y'all for the good things you say and your prayers. That's awesome.
When my sister went missing, I was in between Arkansas and Tennessee. I don't know all of what happened or what did happen, but I hope that they find her too and bring her home safely too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
nothing.
sick.
I mean, she disappeared without a trace. They haven't found anything. Haven't found a body. Nothing. And when you see cases like that, that's why I lose hope on Summer. I want to keep hope, but sometimes I just I lose hope. And I think.
So right here, Dawn is comparing. Now it's June 29th. She went missing June 15th. She's only been gone about 2 weeks. Okay. He's already lost hope. Okay. Even previously, before this interview, he spoke of finality. Like some of us are coming back, like some of us dead. So this is not the first time Don has spoken like Summer's never coming back. Okay. But he also makes a reference of Rose to Summer. Rose, 10 plus years missing. So he's giving up hope because of Rose. And Summer, it's only been 15 days at this point. I'm just saying. You cannot compare the two, but Don is trying to compare the two and explain to us that's why he don't have hope for Summer. And that just was weird to me.
Well, maybe we won't never see her again, so I start thinking in past tense. Sorry. But I'm trying to keep hope up. I'm trying to keep my prayers up and all that.
Right. Heard her.
Kroger delivery is always fresh because
everyone is. Oh, I hope not. Not every cave, but 3 or 4. There are lots of abandoned houses and old wells, sinkholes. It's tough. We ride our horses looking for her. Okay, that's good. So it's people out there searching. That's good because I'll be out there this weekend. And I'll be searching certain locations myself. That's really good. I'm glad people out there searching for her. All right. So I wanted to show y'all that because there are similarities, especially when I first saw this, when I first saw Candus and Dawn, it made me think of Trezell and Jacquelyn. And I already knew when I saw that, I said, "Oh, this gonna be some shit. This gonna be some bullshit." And it's been mess since then. Okay. So one of my beautiful subscribers messaged me today and told me to go check out J for Justice. Okay. Thank y'all for the goodwill wishes, y'all. I took some medicine for the first time today because it got so bad that I was like, oh God, help me. So if I'm not getting better by, I would say, the next day or two, if I feel worse in the morning, I'm gonna go in. I thought it was just allergies, but I'm starting to feel pain. Trying to get a better diet team there. Okay. And on your feet. So where are y'all? Hey, True Seeker, baby. Are y'all looking in the woods, or are y'all looking near the house area, JB? Y'all have specific places y'all searching, or y'all just searching everywhere? And yes, thank you for searching, because not a lot of people are out searching at all. So one of my little subscribers said, Queen J for Justice Live, go check out. She has some information she's talking about Candus family. So I said, okay. So I put it in. I went over there and I heard this information. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about it because, it's a little deep. And it goes to the family dynamic in this family. It really speaks to the family dynamic. Oh, Don shuts Candus down talking about her missing sister. Oh, yeah, he shut that down. He controls the situation. Yes, I called it, Hawkeye. Yeah, somebody came and got me and they said, Queen. It said, you need to get over here. So I went. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Okay. So Candus, I had to go get my notepad on this line because I want to make sure I understood everything correctly from top to bottom and understand the situation. Yes. Okay. Now, we know what Don has done. We see what Don is out here doing. He's narrating. Okay. And he wants everyone to believe a certain thing. He wants us to, be on his side. Okay, back him up. This is about Don. To him, it's about Don. It's not about Summer, it's about Don. Okay. Now, I've had my suspicions about Candus as well. Okay. Now we know CPS has been in and out of their lives. Okay. Before Summer going missing. We know that. Why? From the family. Okay. So we know, we are privy to that information that CPS has been in and out the Wells life, even in Don's first wife life, in this new wife life. CPS has been in these people's lives. Now, if you listen to Don, he's going to downplay it like, oh, our case is about to be closed. It was just weed, Ellie called. But it's been more serious situations than that, okay? It's not the first time that, CPS was in their life, okay? So you'd be a fool to believe that story that Don stated, okay? Now, so the family's already discussed with us and told us about all these situations. Donna is trying to handle damage control and narrative. Oh, yes, John, it's falling apart. You know what I heard, John? He's making nightly. He's showing his face nightly. Okay? Nightly. I'm even hearing that he is got button-up shirts and he's camera ready, clear view, a better camera, and he's dressed to impress faithfully. When he hears something, he has a channel that he goes on, and he talks. So he camera ready. So I'm just trying to say, what's up with Summer? We doing all this for the camera. So are we talking about Summer every time we get our face in the camera? Are we pleading to the public? Where's my daughter? Can y'all help me go find my daughter? Yeah, I'm gonna go there tonight. So if y'all listen, okay, I don't sugarcoat nothing over here. I'm just letting y'all know, okay? I keep it all the way real, and I don't sugarcoat anything. So you might not like where I'm about to go and how I'm gonna go there. So if you are very sensitive, I love y'all regardless, okay? But you know what I'm saying, if you're sensitive to anything, you might want to exit, okay? And then come back another time, okay? I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time, because they with the shits, okay? They with the shits. They with the shits. Okay, so first we're gonna go ahead and go here. So once again, shout out to Jay for Justice for releasing this information. Yeah. Okay, so we're not gonna just say that Don's innocent. We're gonna say both of these families, because we don't know who did it or who innocent or who guilty. But they all persons of interest until law enforcement comes out and says different. Okay, so Don's still a suspect, Candus still a suspect, Alec, Hunter, everybody is still a suspect. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't change. Okay, but we're getting more information about these people. It's coming out. But shout out to Jay for Justice for this information. So we know Don's history, his past. Okay, and just because we about to go there with Candus does not take the heat off of Don or anything he's done. Okay, yeah, it does not change anything. He's still who he is, and he shows you every time he gets on the camera on whoever channel this person, whatever channel he get on, he shows what he's about, what he's for, what he cares about. He cares about Don in the camera. Okay? That's what he cares about. I don't hear a lot about Summer. I hear a lot about Don and his feelings and what they got going on. Okay? I just find it kind of funny. He's making daily visuals, okay, pop-ups every time he hears something he don't like and he want to discuss it on somebody's channel. And I'm just trying to figure out, I thought your daughter was missing. I just, shouldn't we be concerned about that? I mean, I'm just saying. Don and Candus, have y'all been out here searching? Physically searching for your daughter? Like other people are out here physically searching? The people want to know. I would love to know. Are y'all out here searching like everybody else? Are y'all out here searching? Because I see y'all doing a lot of talking. Okay. So let me go ahead and go here. So Candus' mom, she's the mother, okay? We're talking about Summer mom, okay? So she has 2 older kids. Shout out to Jay for just for this information. Now, mind y'all, we already know that Candus has some older kids, but we didn't pretty much know more than that. We heard they was taken, okay? But we didn't know that she was 19, okay, with a 41-year-old. Okay. I don't agree with that. She's grown. Her mama's okay with it. It is what it is, okay? What I don't like is the abuse. Okay, so she had these 2 children. They was abused, okay? Andrew and little Candus, okay? So they was abused and they was taken. Now, mind you, if y'all go back, we asked, was Candus possible one of the abusers? Okay? And this is why I'm asking this, because we questioned, is she a possible, not just Don. We're not looking at only Don, because people suspected Don of abusing the kids, okay, in some point shape, or fashion. We've suspected that with Don. But Candus, I've also suspected too. Okay? I've also suspected. But it puts the icing on the cake when you already suspected, because you got CPS in and out your life. Okay? And even from your prior kids before you met Don. So, so they did not see any charges pressed against Candus or Daddy Andrew of the older two children. They never seen any charges, or nobody faced anything. The 2-year-old boy, where little Andrew was beat allegedly with a baseball bat to the point that he has a whole brain injury. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, so they take the kids. Okay, and this is what I'm putting together. So you got Candus in that situation with her older kids with another man. Okay, you got Candus again in the situation with child abuse situation with Don. Candus is in a whole nother situation again with a whole child missing and abuse going on, alleged abuse going on. Okay, so I'm looking like, okay, we might be looking at two people. We might not just be looking at one person, because people are giving Candus a little pass because she's in this possible DV relationship. She's dealing with domestic violence and he's controlling her. And okay, yeah, we see that. We see that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna be blind to the fact that kids was hurt with Candus. Her older kids was hurt with her in a whole relationship. And also with Don, kids was hurt. So that puts Candus in both of those situations of child abuse. Okay? Like I said, we don't know who hurt the child, but it puts Candus in both situations. So I'm looking and eyeballing her. Okay? Because, okay, you got child abuse then, situation with child abuse, kids taken. You got this situation with Don, married, child abuse, child missing, kids taken. Okay, so I'm basically just observing this whole situation, putting two and two together. We're not looking at two innocent people. Okay, so I'm really looking at Candus like you're aware of what's going on, and possibly have taken part in what's going on. If not, one of the people abusing the kids as well. There's a family soccer abuse involved that runs all the way back to Wisconsin. Oh yeah, John. Oh yeah. See, yeah, and a lot of people want to just, oh, Candus is just the victim of. Yeah, we get that. We understand that. But it's also weird because I'm all for the victims. But it's very odd. Okay, and I'm questioning. Okay, that you has multiple situations with kids being abused, hurt, and taken. 2 situations, 2 multiple men, okay, where kids get taken and kids is hurt. Okay, so I'm just saying we need to look closer at Candus too. It's not just Don. We got just keep our eyes open with her too. Okay, because I just don't see that as a coincidence either. I just don't see it as a coincidence Courtney Magnet. Uh-huh. Yeah, so that's just weird to me. So we know there's a dysfunction on both sides. And you bring two dysfunctional people from two dysfunctional families of all type of physical and essay abuse. What do you have? A catastrophe of abuse. A catastrophe of abuse on both sides. But he really never talks about missing Summer. No, Kim, he don't miss her. I don't think he does. He talks about himself. Okay? He talks about himself. It's all about him and him. Whatever he hears out here, he wants to get in front of people and tell his side. It's his story that he wants to be heard. It's not about Summer or what's happened to her. Okay? Yes, this is a real shit show with the Wells. It really is. And when you get the background, it's even, yeah. So you just gotta be open to the fact that it is possible that Candus is yeah. They ain't take them boys only on just because Don was drinking. I don't believe that. Because they could have worked with him about his drinking. You know, they could have sent him to AA classes. Hey, you gotta go to this class, so we're gonna remove your kids. You went to the extreme to remove the kids out the home. And they have a gag order where they can't talk about it. So it can't just be over no alcohol beverages, okay? I'm just letting you guys know just to, hey, let's use our brains here. It cannot just be over alcohol. But that's what Don would like you to believe. I just got upset. I drank a little bit too much, and that's why the boys were removed. No, it's something else that was going on, okay, that we don't know about yet. And that's most likely why the kids were removed. And it will come out eventually. Yes, Lee, I agree. Jamie, I believe it. It's just, you know, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. But like I said, I just find it kind of funny that Candus is in with two separate kids, two separate relationships where kids have been abused and removed out of home. And I do not think that's a coincidence at all. I really don't. So it is possible that Candus is one of the culprits in this situation. We might be looking at two. We might not just be looking at one. And that is a possibility. That's a possibility. And also, Summer was last with you, Candus. With you. Okay? And don't forget, the 911 dispatch says you left, basically. You left, you came back, your baby was gone. But you were the last one with Summer Wells. Candus was the last one with Summer Wells. Candus, two separate relationships, kids been abused. So this ain't a coincidence at all. Okay? I'm just looking at the bigger picture here. Not saying because kids is abused that they did something to Summer. I don't know. It's a possibility. Oh, it's a possibility. Oh, for sure it's a possibility. It's not a coincidence, okay? Okay? I just don't think it's a coincidence. Exactly, Phoenix. It's not a coincidence. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, and that's the best thing. Law enforcement, CPS, yeah, that's the best thing y'all done did was take those kids. Okay? That's the best thing y'all could have done was remove those kids because the cycle needs to stop. The cycle of domestic violence, domestic abuse, the cycle of essay abuse, It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And these two, they don't need no children. I'm just being honest. They don't need any kids. And that's my opinion. They don't need any kids until they get themselves together. And this has been their life. So I don't know if it's up to them to change their life. But until then, they don't need no children. Okay. So we also learned that Candus was in domestic violence again with the Andrew. When she was 19, he was 41. So they had history of domestic disputes between themselves, in the relationship. So you see that cycle with Candus, with Don. You see Candus and Andrew, Candus and Don. So this is a cycle. Yes, we love you, Summer, and we gonna fight for you. We gonna try to bring you home. Yes, Lee. I'm hoping he in North Carolina, Hawkeye, where the grandma dropped him off. That's what I'm hoping Hawkeye is. They don't need any children agreements. Yes, John, they don't need no kids. No, I'm glad they took them boys. Keep them far away from Don and Candace Wells. For one, we don't know where Summer is. They don't give a damn where Summer is because they on YouTube. Like this is a hobby. Like they don't have no kid missing. Okay? So, yeah. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I don't see people that's distraught about their daughter being missing or gone. I don't see that. So, yeah, keep those kids far away because I'm not seeing this. Something ain't right here. Something's not right here. Something's not adding up. Okay, so they adopted the kids out quickly, the older kids, okay, from what was said. They adopted them out. And so I guess little Andrew had to go to facilities because of his injury, that he was beat so bad. So you had little Candace by herself going to different foster homes, dealing with more abuse. So now she's in her teens and she finally, she falls into drugs and she gets the help that she needs. And then she finally, after going through multiple foster homes, multiple abuse, she finally gets to the woman that loves her, that takes care of her. Okay, which got her on the right path. Thank God. Why is everyone so worried about Granny gone? She knows Summer's beyond help. Well, Granny should have stepped in if she knew her child needed. Yeah, that's your grandbaby. If she knew that baby was beyond help, she should have intervened. But the apple don't fall too far from the tree with Granny either. I'm just saying, Granny is aware of all this going on. Granny knows about all this abuse and domestic violence from when Candace was with Andrew. So our grandma know what's going on in the household. I am convinced grandmother knows. She didn't do nothing about it. And that's the situation I have with Granny. Yes, Irene, it goes way back. So Granny knows. I believe Granny's very aware. Why she didn't intervene, I have no idea. Couldn't have been my grandkid. I agree, lived in the South half of my life around shady people, but my brothers and sisters. Falling in prison, which I bless them. Kids working up. Cool. That's sad, Jamie. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she gone for a reason. Trying to stay about this mess. Because it's going to be a whole mess. And she probably didn't want to have to lie for anybody either. Welcome, Sandy Hathaway. Thank you, baby. So we have a quick question. So they're saying Candace didn't even try to fight to get her older kids back before she got with Don and created more kids. So she didn't even try to fight for them. She didn't even try to fight for them. Now, I'm not judging I'm looking at the behavior and the history and now. Okay? Because you have to look at that. You have to. Just like it makes sense of me hearing, because I've heard it makes sense of people suspecting Candus from the beginning, and I never understood why. But if you put a mother with, two different relationships, children are beat, abused, and removed, and you're one of the adults in the situation, it makes you look kind of suspect. Like you might be one of the people abusing the kids. Okay, I'm just saying. That's how I look. Yeah, you have to look at that. Yeah, we just what I mean is we not judging a lifestyle like because they're poor or because we're not judging their wealth, okay? But yeah, we're judging, we're looking at the situation because these kids is in a fucked up situation. But yeah, we're not, and this is, yeah, wealth or no wealth, you don't have to abuse your children. So people get it confused with judging from right and wrong. The odd thing is there's no charges for this shit. Exactly, Hawkeye, and that's what I brought up earlier. There's no charges for that baby. He could have died. It was so bad he could have died. He's not normal. He can't live a normal life. It's that bad. It's that bad. And no charges was brought up. You didn't try to fight to get your kids back. And that's a telltale sign for me right there. That's a telltale sign for me by itself. You didn't fight to get your kids back. That tells me you didn't want them. That you might have been one of the people that put them in the system and possibly hurt Andrew. I'm just saying that's what it looks like. It's a possibility here. It's a very good possibility here. You didn't fight for them to get them back. Why wouldn't you? You wouldn't fight for them if you didn't want them. You wouldn't fight for them if you was guilty of something. They got them in CPS custody in the first place. You wouldn't fight for them. You wouldn't care. Okay? So that goes to Candus' behavior and who she really is. Because she's still that same way now. Years down the line, she has 4 more children. Plus, I heard it was another one after some of that she gave up. But you got 4 more children. A child goes missing and more CPS in and out your life for abuse and neglect. That goes to who that person is. And I think that's a big factor here. And then you have Don, from since he was younger, essaying family members, and you add him to Candus? This is a whole catastrophe. This is insane. This is insane. So these kids don't have a chance if they with them too. So yeah, they in the best place they could be. And CPS ain't always right themselves. But in this case, CPS is the best place for these kids. And I hate to say that because sometimes CPS, they don't do their job and they put kids right in the line of abuse. And we see it every day. But with this, the Wells family and the Blythes, we got to take that chance. If we put the kids back in their hands, No telling what they gonna end up like. No telling who they gonna end up. So we gotta take the chance with CPS. In this case, that's the best thing for them. I'm just saying, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. So we also learned that little Candus reached out to her mother, and her mother allegedly tells her to never call again. Never call again. So she wanted to know more about her mom. Candus turned that down, so she didn't want a relationship with her biological daughter. That tells you who Candus really is. Behind the face of that interview she did with Chris McDonough, that fake caring mother act, that fake I love my kids. I just miss I can't live without my children. This information tells us who Candus is. Okay? This tells us who she really is. And she's hiding behind that mask. But we see it's both of y'all. It's not just Don. It's you too. And people always ask, well, why Candus never leave Don? I know why now. They possibly two of the same. Two of the same, okay? Two of the same. It's the whole cycle. They are very, very similar than I thought. They are just alike. Yeah, this should never be normalized at all. So it looks like Don and Candus, they both have prior abuse with their children prior to the ones they had together. They all have so much dirt on one another. They all come from one another. But still incriminating each other at the same time. Yep. It's only a matter of time. Yes. And then, hey, Natasha. And then you have Don lying. I found, it was put out that Jay for Justice did ask him for permission to record him. So I thought that was interesting. I knew he was lying anyway. Nothing surprises me. I know Don lies. We've caught him in lies. We caught Candus in lies. Nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me. I had a supporter comment, and they kind of felt, and I respect their opinion, but they felt that people, felt a certain way about Don because of his essay. I would feel how I feel about Don without his essay, because we have caught him lying. We have caught him changing his story. We've caught him narrating the story. We've caught him changing statements, changing things he said. He will still be a person of interest in my book without his history. Candus too, without her history. Without their history and treating this like any other case, nothing would change. They will still be persons of interest. And like I said, summer was last with these two. With these two. And you can imagine what kind of people they had around them. They won't even admit that they had someone stay on their property for 2 weeks. But yet they want the abduction theory to be believed. But you won't admit that you had a friend, a male guy, on a property for 2 weeks. But yet you want us to believe this abduction theory. Hunter ain't pulling that from thin air. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Hunter not making up a man being on y'all property that y'all were friends with when he had problems with his wife, comes over there and stays in the shed sometimes. But y'all don't want to implicate this person. And I want to know why. Why? You want to implicate everybody else, but not this person. That's just a little weird to me. That stands out to me. So then, and I know I heard it wrong. I just knew what my ears was lying to me. When they said that these people are accepting money for their wedding, so y'all talking about getting married and some are missing. Y'all taking money for setting up. Y'all setting up a wedding. Y'all setting up defense attorneys. Y'all what? What's really going on? What's really going on out here? I'm glad. I am so glad I did not watch it. I would have just like, yeah, they would have blocked me. I would have got put out the chat. They can't be serious here. Y'all planning a wedding? The Wells planning a wedding? They asking people to help them plan a wedding. And this is supposed to be about summer. It's supposed to be about your 5-year-old daughter missing. Thank you, Stankerpuss. How you doing, baby? It's supposed to be about your daughter missing and y'all planning weddings. Yeah, how that's what I'm talking about. Why would y'all even what is even going on? What's going on? Why would you even allow a YouTuber to set anything up for you when your child is missing? You need to go fund me for a wedding? You should tell that YouTuber, shut that down. I'm not here for that. My daughter's missing. It shouldn't even be no GoFundMe for no wedding. They have a whole child missing. That's crazy to me. That's insane to me. And y'all allowing that person to set it up. And then I'm talking about what I'm hearing. Yeah, I heard a lot of crazy stuff. So am I also hearing that people finna help get them a defense attorney? Ain't nobody been arrested yet. So why are we helping people with defense attorneys? Why are we helping people with a defense attorney when no one's been arrested? And what are we doing as people that's supposed to be advocating for victims, helping find victims, getting justice for victims, and we're going to help someone if they get arrested for possibly having something to do with someone's disappearance, and you're going to help with his defense attorney? Are we serious? They need help with a defense attorney? Why are we even talking about a defense attorney? Yeah, it's the channel, Jen. But it goes to the wells on what you involve yourself with and what you look at what you're doing. It's not even about Summer. I'm just like, so people supposed to be helping with their defense attorney if they get arrested. So why are y'all speaking even that is possible? Are y'all guilty of something? Did y'all have something to do with her disappearance? Did y'all hurt Summer? Are y'all responsible for her? So why would you need the public to help you with a defense attorney? Why are y'all speaking that? Why are y'all speaking about a defense attorney when y'all ass ain't even been arrested yet? Are you telling us something? Right there? Are you guilty? Why does the people need to help you with a defense attorney? Why in the hell would anybody help them with a defense anything and they responsible for Summer? If he gets arrested, it's because he has something to do with his daughter. Why would you put your money towards that? That makes no sense. And you're telling me so much more. Keep talking, idiots. Keep talking. Keep talking. You on the platform talking about weddings and all this. What? You got people, oh, we'll help you with your defense attorney. What? Why do you need a defense attorney? Why do you need a defense attorney? Why? Why do you need a defense attorney? We would like to know. The people want to know, why do you need a defense attorney? I can guess. You told me. Hey, you feel like you need a defense attorney. You feel like you need a defense attorney. I just, this is unbelievable. Like, literally, this is crazy. I have never, ever seen parents of a missing kids, victim that's been deceased, murdered, act like this. I have never seen it. I've never seen. This is new. This is new to me. I've never seen it. I've just never seen it. I'm trying to understand it. Exactly, Sandy. We out here mad trying to figure out what happened to your daughter. And people are supposed to be helping send you money for a defense attorney? Your response should have been, I don't need no defense attorney. I ain't had nothing to do with my daughter. But you down with it. You down with it, so that lets us know that we're on the right track. That it's very possible that the police are on the right track. The police are on the right track. That's why they never left those woods. That's why they never stopped searching that house 7 or 8 times that y'all complained about. They on the right track. Law enforcement is not crazy. Law enforcement is not crazy. They deal with people like y'all all the time. Little do you know that lies to them. This is nothing new. And like I said, we don't know if you did it or not. But everything you come out saying and doing is telling a different story. And you out here having people on online to help you with a defense attorney. That conversation should never even came up. If you're innocent. If you're innocent, yes, Irene, that's a great sign. Oh, that's a great sign. Unbelievable. 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 And it makes me wonder the mental state of the people that would donate to them for a defense attorney. I don't think in their mind that they understand it, that if you donate to the Wells for a defense attorney, that it means you are in agreement of what he did to Summer if they get arrested. That's what that means. That's what that means. If they hurt Summer, they can find their own defense attorney. I wouldn't care if they rot. If they hurt that baby, I wouldn't give them $1. I wouldn't give them a dime. I wouldn't give them a penny. If anything, it will be going to, when they find her, to helping whatever her condition that she's in. That's where the money should be going. To helping Summer in whatever condition she's in. Because it's not likely that she's here. So there will be funeral costs. There will be burial costs. That's what it will be. That's what it will be. But that was the most craziest thing I've seen and heard today. That is the most insane I've heard today. I don't know why would we, as people that fight for victims, advocate for victims, help a person, money for a defense attorney. Okay, for one, he hasn't even been arrested. So why are we even speaking that into existence? And then two, why would you do that when that would imply that he's responsible for his daughter's disappearance? So you would donate to somebody that hurt their child. Really, really, really concerns me. I see red, white, and blue. Sandy, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. But that's sick. I would really, I really, that's sick. I that's sick. I'm in shock. I'm in disbelief. I just don't understand. No, we for the victims. Okay, we support the victims. We fight for the victims. We're not helping nobody for no defense attorney over here. When we looking for your child, but you get arrested for the disappearance of your child, so we're gonna help you with your defense attorney. Yeah, people lost their minds. But that's okay. But it just tells us that in your minds that you feel like you might need one. It tells us in your mind that you feel like you might need a defense attorney. So guess what? My radar just went up even higher than what it already is. It just went up even more. We been new. Thank you. We been new. We been suspected. We been suspected y'all. Come on now. We been pointing out lies, inconsistencies that y'all have been telling us. Okay, from the beginning. And now y'all speaking of defense attorneys and having people on. That's crazy. Should nobody in their right mind help y'all with nothing? If y'all hurt that little girl, nobody should do anything for y'all. Period. And that's just what I have to say about that. Should nobody help them with nothing? If they are responsible for Summer Wells being missing, they shouldn't get nothing for a defense attorney. Let them rot. Let them rot. We're not helping to do nothing if they had anything to do with Summer Wells. Let them get a public defender. Let them suffer like Summer suffered. That's what we can do about that. If they responsible. Since they talking into existence defense attorneys. So it's on their mind. And then Steve and Chris say, it's funny what the brain and the mind tells you. It's funny what the brain and the mind tells you. And it tells us they thinking about defense attorneys. But narcissist behavior is being fed on YouTube. Summer is not being talked about like she should. Hey, Maureen, baby. Summer is not being talked about as she should through the YouTube streets. While she's somewhere suffering, hurting, alone. While people are collecting money for possible defense attorneys. CPS, keep those kids. CPS, keep those kids. That's in the best interest for these children. Keep the children. That's for their own safety. Keep those children. Keep them. I don't see them out here searching in the woods, in the water, but you can make it on YouTube, but you can't get out there, and I don't see you out there. You're not recording, you passing out flyers, but you record yourself going down the dog trail to prove something to the people. But you can't get out there and hand no flyers. You can't record that. You can't record getting out there in the woods or going out there in the lake looking for your daughter. You can't record that. You can't record that, but you can get on YouTube. This is a whole narrative that they running with. A whole narrative. A whole narrative. A whole narrative they running with. So I cannot wait till law enforcement comes out and gives us the facts. And they go off the evidence. I just cannot wait because I know it's gonna tell us a story. It's gonna tell us a story. So yeah, y'all keep right on doing what y'all doing. You showing us that summer is not number one. You don't care about summer. Y'all only care about yourselves, y'all pockets. You don't care about your daughter. You just don't. And I've never seen parents whose child is missing act like these two. I've never seen it. This is new to me. It's almost unbelievable. You got that much time on your hands? To be on YouTube day after day after day? Something's not right here. Something's just not right with these two. It's just not right. And like I said, CPS has removed 2 sets of children from Candus. It is not a coincidence. That says a lot about Candus and who she is. Exactly, it would. Yes, Jen. The cycle needs to be broken. And the only way it'll be broken if those kids are far away from these 2 parents. And then the cycle will be broken. Then we got to pray that they get into a safe home where they're not abused further. But yeah, something else happened for them to remove those boys. It was not just off alcohol. But see, a lot of us saw right through what they were saying in these interviews. A lot of us saw right through that. I mean, we don't work too many cases. We know the signs. We see the signs. And you're going to have some people support, and that's okay. Let them. Everybody's not going to agree, and that's okay. But when I see fuckery like I saw today, that tells me everything. It tells me a lot. And I saw a lot. And I didn't see nobody so concerned with summer. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Exactly, Phoenix. Where are all the search parties? There's people on their own searching, but you don't see a lot of people out there searching for summer. It's like, we hit a small standstill where we're waiting on law enforcement because whatever their information that they're waiting on is it's most likely going to pull us in the direction of summer. But until then, I'm still going to be out there searching. But you would just expect that the parents will be out there searching too. And I'm just not seeing that. But we will continue to search until Summer is found. Until law enforcement finds Summer. Exactly. Our job is to help find Summer. And it's concerning when you see other people that's more concerned about finding her and searching for her than the parents. When you see them concerned with other things. Of course, Irene, because it does not fit his narrative. It doesn't fit the narrative that Don Wells is pushing. That's why he's not interested. He wants a specific suspect. He wants a specific narrative. If it does not fit Don's narrative, he does not want it. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to discuss. The second part of this live is the foolery. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They shouldn't be concerning themselves with nothing other than Summer Wells. And when you see them doing all of that other than Summer Wells, it looks funny to me and it stands out to me. And you needing and talking about a defense attorney and police hadn't even made an arrest, that tells me everything I need to know. They think she's not going to be found. But shout out to Jay for Justice for that information of Candus and her older two children. It shines the light on who these people really are. We don't know if they took Summer or did something to her. We don't know that. But this information goes to show us who these people are. And they should not have no kids in their custody. And that's my opinion. They should not have no children in their custody. They still have a daughter that has not came up yet. Has not been found. But they have time to do all the extracurricular activities. But Don hasn't been to a prayer circle in I don't know how long. And when he's at one, he's in a hurry and he has to go. But you got time for YouTube. You don't got time to pass out flyers. You ain't got time to go to all the prayer circles. But you got time for YouTube. You don't got time to go help search. But you got time for YouTube. You got time for your narrative. You got time for your suspects that you want. Where is Summer? Where is Summer? Yeah. Where is Summer? That's who we worried about. And I know some people not gonna like what I got to say, but I don't care. Cause like I said, we speak for the victims, the people. We here to find these kids. We not here for all that extra. That's what we here for. So that's what we're here for. We're not here for nothing else. And I don't care who's mad or who's not. Period. And that's on period. No extra. No extra. So once again, there was some information that came out, and it shines the light, and it makes more sense. The more we go on with this case, the more we find out, and the more it makes sense. There's a history of dysfunction, abuse, domestic violence. It's just the history of it. It's just the history. And it goes back. And these specifically two people does not need no children. And we will get to the bottom. We're going to continue to search for Summer, and we will get to the bottom of what happened to her. And law enforcement is going to get these people, whoever did it. Whoever did it. So many excuses, Phoenix. You got so many excuses. But yeah. But I just wanted to show y'all the similarities between Candus, Don interview, and Trezell and Jacquelyn's. There's a bunch of similarities. We noticed them straight in the beginning. Soon I saw Candus and Don. I said, oh, it's another Trezell and Jacquelyn. And here we go. 2 months later, it's a Trezell and Jacquelyn all over again. Very similar. Their stories don't make sense on how their kids just vanished. Nothing makes sense. And when you go back to the beginning and when you listen to what their interviews and you break it down and you analyze, you see the lies, you see the holes, and then it makes sense. But like John Q said, their story is falling apart. And they're grasping for straws. Exactly, Jen. Just an excuse. That's all it is. I've seen nothing but excuses from them. Nothing but excuses. Nothing but excuses. But law enforcement is going to find Summer Wells, and when they do, and when they process this child, we're going to know who was the last persons with her. We're going to know what they did, and they're going to lock some people up. And when they do, we will know. We will know. But we're not giving up. We're going to stay right on it until it's done. So any bullshit I see, Don and Candus, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Because your focus should be on Summer, not no defense attorney, not nothing else that y'all doing. Nothing. You shouldn't even want to be affiliated with anything else but your daughter. And I'm just saying. Are we going to continue to help find your daughter? Similar. Would you bring down the scrutiny? Yes. Yeah, very similar. And we observed similarities between the two, and I wanted y'all to see that. And I also wanted to address the information that J for Justice released today, and it makes a lot of sense to their family dynamic. It makes a whole lot of sense to their family dynamic. And it's sad and unfortunate that those kids had to endure what, as long as they have. It's sad that Summer's missing. It's sad what the older kids went through. It's sad what these children went through. Yeah, CPS need to keep those kids. And CPS ain't even all the way right themselves. But in this case, they better off with CPS. And I hate to even say that, but it's true. And I hope they find them a good family. Yep, time to close it out. Just hang it up. Stay off of social media. That's what they need to do. Stay off social media and get out there in the streets and help find your daughter. All that narrating and all that storytelling, that's over with. It's over with. The police is not arresting nobody that you've called out. 9 times out of 10, they probably already cleared those people that you're looking at. You don't think they already cleared all those pedophiles and in your area? You don't think they already knocked on their doors and got their alibis and made sure they was nowhere near Summer? You don't think they did that? It's 2 months in. I'm sure they hit every pedophile over there. I'm sure they did. But thank y'all for watching and hanging there with your girl. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. I will see y'all tomorrow. I am working on a Baby Michael Vaughn video, so I'll probably be dropping it tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get myself well, give me some rest. That's a good question, shits and giggles. I don't know, honey. I'm gonna see if I can find out. Yes, Irene, the police been working. Little do they know, because they don't want to give them credit, but they've been working. Brought in all these agencies, working hard. Working hard. And we're gonna still help. Like I said, this weekend, you guys, I'll be back in Hawkins County. I will be in Kingsport. I will be in Rogersville. And I'm going to make an appearance in Jonesboro. I sure will. I'll be there this weekend. And we'll be looking for Summer Wells. We'll be looking for Summer Wells. Yeah, me too, Phoenix. Me too, Phoenix. Me too. But I'm going to keep on, TBI should be coming out soon with an update. I know we just waiting on the technology, to come back, the phone pings, and I don't know if they blood test should have came back by now. It should have been 8 weeks. But yeah, just waiting for all the information to come in, and then law enforcement's gonna make their move, and we'll know when they make their move because it's gonna be on the news. It's gonna be on the news. And we'll know. But I got a feeling we in the right area. We on the right track. And that's why I observed Chris and Steve and I watched them to make sure I wasn't crazy or make sure I'm not seeing something that I'm not seeing. And when I watch him, he sees it too. So I know, yeah, I'm not seeing things. I'm not going crazy. John Q, he sees it too. So I know my eyes are not deceiving me. I know they're not. Yeah, come through Subaru. Yeah, the Subaru gonna tell us too. The Subaru. Yeah, that he drove that day. It's gonna tell us. It's gonna tell law enforcement what they need to know. But technology is gonna guide wherever they went. I'm sure they're gonna trace and check. But yeah, our main objective, like I said, is finding Summer Wells, bringing her home, and we already know this is looking like recovery. Yeah, I love Chris. He always gonna let you know. Yeah. Yep. So I want to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing. I was hearing what I was hearing. Because I couldn't believe half the stuff I heard in his phone interview. Just things he said, things people pick on it. We pick up on it. You know, because when you hear it deal with a lot of cases and you deal with a lot of these suspects and these people that are guilty, they all tend to do the same thing. It's similar. And they just can't help it. But when you deal with these type of people, you pick up on things right away. And you keep studying it in case you miss something. Yeah. Yep. Yes, we love you, Summer, and we're gonna keep searching. We're gonna keep searching till we bring her home. And it's a lot of kids coming up missing and murdered and parents killing their children, and it's just a lot. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Kids coming up missing, abducted. It's everywhere. But yeah, we're not giving up. We got a lot of work to do. It's a lot. We have a lot of work to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. Yep, the search goes on. You know, it goes on. So while we're waiting on evidence to come back for Summer Wells, we got other cases we working on, right? All at the same time. All at the same time. All at the same time. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get some rest. Thank y'all for staying up with me. Thank you. Welcome everybody that is new to the chat tonight. Thank y'all. And I value and respect y'all opinions, y'all comments. Thank y'all. Hate to say you're all right, Queen. Love you too, baby. Yes, these babies need us, and we got work to do. Definitely. So y'all be safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.